My money's on William Shatner. Is that a bad thing to
Azure,
say?
that's the first thing that everybody hears. Azure.
They don't know the context.
Oh, welcome everybody to a universe far, far away. I'm Cherry Ferreira, and I am your VTuber who is here to post your TMIs tonight. This is my empty voice companion Azure, who doesn't have a body yet. I'm working on it!
She actually is. I actually saw the concept art today. It was brilliant, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm working on it, I swear.
I'm very grateful that you were doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw something up. The hat's probably gonna be drawn afterwards, and then it'll go on top. Because I'm like, I can't figure out how to do your hair and the hat at the same time. Look, Station Master hats are weird. I can't believe you want a Station Master hat. But if it makes you happy, I'll do it.
It does make me happy. I want to be able to pull it down over my eye and so I look cool.
Okay, so, topic for tonight. In the Tight Moon universe. You think that one...
So...
Yeah.
What on earth could we possibly be talking about?
I don't know.
This doesn't look like Tight Moon.
I know, it's so strange. It's almost like... It's almost like that this is some other franchise altogether that every anime likes to reference in everything they do.
Wait, are you saying that there's a property out there that has been so influential, it's like had a pop culture impact on other countries?
Oh my god, I would never suspect that. I would never suspect that possibly like Dragon Ball was influenced by Star Wars or anything. No, not at all.
No. Dragon Ball was influenced by Star Trek.
Star Trek, Star Wars.
I'm not joking.
They have all the same
Although it was an
technology.
anime only thing, but whatever.
They all have the same aesthetic going on, more or less. Crazy.
Well, it is true that Star Wars does have talking dinosaurs.
Yeah. True. Anyway, yeah.
Hello, Up Turtle.
So strange that the thing like the lightsaber is such a noticeable thing that it shows up in everything because, you know, it can't be copyrighted just because.
Yeah, because it didn't come from Star Wars.
I bet they've tried to, you know, though.
I am certain that Disney has tried to.
I am certain Disney has tried to copyright the lightsaber, and they're like, no, fuck you. You can't copyright a beam of light and a sword. Or the two together.
It's like you say this, but people have tried to copyright concepts before.
Guys, you can't copyright two animals fused together. Everybody has thought of that before. Everybody has thought of a fox and a dog combined. You cannot copyright that, and you cannot use it as a closed species on DeviantArt. No, I totally don't have a gripe against that DeviantArt culture. What are you talking about? Anyway.
Would such a thing even be able to live?
Wow.
That seems like one of those like mutant crossovers that's like, kill me! Kill me!
I don't know, but...
So, that begs the question. So obviously, Star Wars, yeah, it's had a huge impact on the world, but what does that have to do with what I assume is a Sword Art Online character on the right side of the screen?
A Sword Art Online character? What are you talking about? Oh, right.
Like I see
the
it in
artist.
the eyes.
Ah, yes. Although, you know what I find interesting? This design is way better than any other design the Sword Art Online person has come up with.
Which is funny, because I feel like Heroine X got a lot of flack for looking like a Sword Art Online character.
Well, that's because she is a Star Wars. The stupid, like... So there's, like, the stupid tell of a Sword Art Online person is those dumb, like, lines going through, like, the outfit. Like, not like this, but, like, bigger and, like, on both sides, like Asuna's outfit. Asuna's outfit is the main, like, example for how much every single fucking outfit this person designs looks like. Is this a Saber Wars versus Star Wars comparison? No, this is me explaining the lore behind the servant verse, because yes, there's lore and stuff. Tight Moon went all in on this joke. You thought
we are just as surprised as you are.
Yeah, you thought
we were experiencing this in real time.
Yeah, you thought the servant verse was a throwaway thing? Nah, man, it just kept going and going, and right now there's an event going on in the U.S. server that is also related to the servant verse. But that's its own joke too. We're gonna get there. All right, I think we should start off with our beginning person who pretty much kicked off the servant verse, and that's Mysterious Heroine X. X most likely stands for Excalibur because, you know, the Japanese like to do a play with words like AUO.
Well, hang on a second. Wouldn't it technically, the person who started all this, be George Lucas for creating Star Wars?
We don't talk about George Lucas.
It's just one more thing we can blame him for.
I don't wanna talk about George Lucas. He doesn't deserve it. He just throws things together and thinks everything will be alright in the end. You want me to think you planned out Star Wars? Don't fucking lie to me.
Oh, no. I mean, the prequel trilogy, yes, probably. But the original trilogy? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Especially after reading Splinter of the Mind's Eye, in which there is a lot of sexual tension in between Luke and Leia.
Haha.
That was supposed to be the original sequel to Star Wars before it actually succeeded.
Shit, I didn't introduce enough female characters into my story. Mm-hmm.
Well, he can either be with his. We can either make his sister the only other female character we've had so far, or we could make it the middle-aged lady we just introduced in this movie, who looks nothing like him and looks like she's old enough to be his mother.
Mm-hmm. Well, the main character has to be Sweet Home Alabama. That's why we joke now that Alderaan is the Alabama of the galaxy. What?
It's hot as hell.
Okay. So, the servant verse, as it is called, is an interesting place. Time is measured in something called episodes and seasons. Strange, right? Never heard time being measured in that way before.
So, just like Star Wars.
Yeah.
As in episodes of the movies and seasons of the TV shows.
Yes. So, the servant verse. There's actually a Reddit image that people are of a Reddit servant universe, a relationship chart that explains a lot of stuff that's going on in the servant verse.
Did you find it? Because I have no idea. I'm typing in all sorts of stuff into Google to get like these servants first stuff. It is not giving me anything.
Did you type FGO after it?
Let's try this. FGO servant verse.
Anyway, that's the image.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Elizabeth in there?
Because Elizabeth is important. When is Elizabeth not important to any storyline?
That's true. That's very true.
Anyway, so here is a basic relation chart about what's going on in the servant verse. If this doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry about it. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna get there. You may have to look this up on your own to actually properly read what is happening on this chart. But yeah, the servant verse. So we should start with Mysterious Heroine X because she's actually a character that existed before FGO.
Yes, what was the origin of Mysterious Heroine X prior to FGO?
So this is from Reddit, by the way. Whoever posted that Reddit thing. It's on the Grand Order Reddit thing. So Mysterious Heroine X. I need to go to her wiki to see for sure where she came up because she's been around for a bit, but I can't remember where the origin is. All right.
Organizing. I said this at the beginning of the stream, like, we do not plan this shit out at all. I grab images as I need them.
But yes. Wow, Mysterious Heroine X looks a lot better in Arco Wada's art style.
Yes!
Look at that. Huh. It's almost like everything she touches turns to gold. Has everybody seen Koroni's kimono outfit, by the way? Has anybody seen that? God damn! Let's see. Nope. Go check out Koroni's kimono on YouTube from HoloLive. It's beautiful. Like, you don't have to be a fan. I'm not asking you to follow her or anything. I'm just asking you to check out Arco Wada's art. Okay, so Mysterious Heroine X first had her debut in 2013 April Fools. I think. Unless this is just doing FGO. How long ago did FGO started?
I think it actually was in 2015.
Yeah. So 2015.
Sure wasn't the year before that? Because I feel like I saw pictures of her before then.
Let's see. Ah, here it is. This is no. This is the regular Arturia. Hang on. Lily. Fake stereo. I just need to find where. I know she's been around for a while. Maybe this is one of these weird pipe things where we think that she's been around for a long time. Oh wow, she does. Yes, Koroni's kimono is beautiful. Arco's art is like amazing, and it's like in the fact that there's amazingly good riggers on Koroni's stuff makes it even better. Because let me trust you, the first couple of VTubers that Arco Wada made they don't move well, and I assume that's just because they didn't have riggers properly handling it.
I feel like HoloLive has like the market cornered on the best riggers.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find. I feel like she must have appeared in this outfit and maybe didn't have a name for a while.
Well, I think she was named Mysterious Heroine X at the time, but yeah, like you said, it was an April Fool's thing.
Mm-hmm. It was an April Fool's thing. She appeared quite a while back. I want to say maybe it was like Capsule Servant or something she probably first appeared in. But that's just the one thing. That's just the one parody thing I can just think of off the top.
I got it.
You got
originally debuted as a joke character in the 2013 April Fool's visual novel Back Alley Satsuki.
Ah, there it is. Back Alley Satsuki. That is where something like this would happen.
She fought and defeated in this story. She fought and defeated Nero.
Yeah. Basically, so Mysterious Heroine X basically fills in the gag version of Arturia. So there's a couple different versions of Arturia. There is Arturia as her regular self, and basically in any other media, any other comedy thing that they're putting together, Arturia acts completely different than she does in the original source material.
Yes.
Mysterious Heroine X is basically filling that part for FGO, but regular Arturia will act the way Mysterious Heroine X does in other things, like, say, cooking with the Emiya family and stuff like that. I'm sure she acts quite moe and obsessed with food. Anyway, but yeah.
Although that being said, there is that scene in Unlimited Blade Works where you see her eating. Like, Shiro basically puts the food down in front of her. He gets a call from Rin. He takes it. The call lasts all of like 10, like maybe 20 seconds. And as soon as he puts the phone down, Arturia is done with her food.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm not saying that she doesn't have like a big appetite in canon or anything like that, but it's
let's
played.
get rid of this part for now.
Yeah. Anyway, Back Alley Satsuki. Here we go. the original, if you probably all don't know who any of these characters are.
Unless you've seen Carnival Phantasm, which like the front three, yeah, you'll know who they are.
Oh yeah, you'll know who they are. You will know they have the best gag in the entire Carnival Phantasm.
It's all going according to my calculations.
Mm-hmm. And of course, unfortunately, when they do get a good crowd going, that wasn't according to calculations, and they decide to disband the group. It's poor Satsuki. Every time she gets ahead, she gets pulled back again.
So I'm guessing this was going from this picture, I'm guessing this was the origin of Bunny Girl, what's her name?
Bunny Girl,
Ryu Shiki, yeah.
Yep. Yes, most likely, definitely. Basically, if what you have to know, and a lot of stuff that may appear in FGO actually has appeared in earlier things.
Half the stuff in FGO is based off a joke.
Yep, half it is indeed. Oh, you thought it was a joke. But okay, so, there we go. There's where she's from. Let's move on to what the hell have they done with her in FGO? Well, I'm glad you asked. They said that she is from a universe called the Servantverse. It's a world where there are only servants who exist in it. And these servants all play interesting roles inside the Servantverse. Of course, we don't really know too much about it. It's insane how complex fate is. Yes, this is why we created TMI, to try and explain a bunch of things that you may or may not wish to know. I want to rant about it, so you know, that's how this came to be, you know. So yeah, so it's the Servantverse, or the Shining Blue Galaxy, of which is called. The first time we have Saber Wars of it, though, we didn't really know how serious it was, if Mysterious Heroine X was just yanking our chain or not. Basically, she appeared out of nowhere with her spaceship and was all like, I need to gather this specific thing called Ortorium, and it helps me power my ship so I can get back to the place where I need, because, you know, there's a terrible thing going on. The Sabers, oh man, the Sabers are they're just dominating the galaxy, and they're causing problems for everyone. They hunted the Archers to extinction because, you know, they can't have anybody who's more powerful than them. No, wait, I got that backed up. So Archers are outlawed, and Lancers have been hunted to extinction. Because, you know, Lancers. Haha, Lancer's dead. Anyway. But everybody wants to be a servant. So, I'm a Saber. So, Mysterious Heroine X has rise from the ashes. Not just to get rid of Sabers, but most importantly, Saber faces. She can't stand them. She wants them gone. How dare you have my likeness? I'm sure this is a copyright violation. No, Arturia. So, you know what I'm thinking about? Like, I've been thinking about a lot of stuff recently. And I'm like, do you think that Fate started creating the Saber faces just because everybody started creating Saber lookalikes for their own series?
Maybe. I mean, I've definitely noticed that in, like, certain anime.
Yeah. So, she's trying to hunt all of these Sabers right here to extinction. Don't worry about the fact that not all of them are Sabers. They have this little special thing that added to them in the game where they're all designated as Saber face. And Mysterious Heroine X has an advantage on them.
She deals extra damage to them.
Mm-hmm. Little note to know for some metagaming there. of course, and of course, at the end of the day, she's still an assassin, and we're gonna be honest, assassins are some of the weakest members.
But, like, she generates more crit stars than I think any other assassin. Like, I think
That's
her crit
true.
star generation is better than
Yep.
Jack's.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who don't know, like, that's what assassins do. It's like their
Yep.
damage is getting, like, critical hits.
Yeah, their damage is generating stars so other characters can deal bigger damage. Because trust me, your damage is not coming from your assassin. Unless you're attacking
Unless
a rider.
you're fighting a rider.
Yeah, unless you're fighting a rider, then your assassin will do some damage. Rock, paper, scissors, man. Rock, paper, scissors.
Unless it's someone from, like, the what is it called? The night, not the night class. What's the other class?
They're the 4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen. Like,
Yeah.
that's like, I don't know. It's like someone's playing rock paper scissors with their hands, and then over there with the 4 horsemen, it's like they're playing with their feet. It doesn't translate.
Well, 3 of them are in a rock, paper, scissors, and then Berserker's just like, I'm just gonna throw this rock in between your hands, and we'll see what hurts more.
It's like, I brought a gun to the fight. I brought a gun to this rock paper scissors fight.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, that's also of course, Berserkers in general are double-edged swords. Thank God they added foreigners. I don't know how much I'd be able to handle Berserkers if not for foreigners.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, foreigners. It's
Yeah.
just like some Mexican guy. It's like, you're welcome.
But yeah, so the basic plot, let's move on to another screen for that. The basic plot of episode 1 of Saber Wars is we're basically hanging out with Lily being all sad because she's like, I have no way to raise my noble phantasm because haha, Saber Lily was a pre-download bonus, and you could only get one of her. So
And she was pretty awful.
yeah, and she's still pretty awful. I mean, she does what she needs to do, I guess. Have very funny, memeable things.
Unlike other event servants, she eats up ascension materials.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like she's not very strong, she doesn't do a lot of damage, she doesn't really have anything going for her, and she just eats up your ascension materials.
Yep. She do indeedy.
Mm-hmm. It's like, God, Lily, get your life together, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm. And basically, this event cemented. So actually, in the beginning years, it was a mistake that Saber Lily's beam locked on to a certain part of people's.
And the way the game was programmed, and the way the height of certain characters. I mean, it looked fine when she was fighting beasts.
Yeah. But
you know, when she was fighting Blackbeard.
Oh, but when she was fighting Blackbeard, a certain thing happened, and everybody took notice of it, and the devs also. They also took a notice to it.
I'm pretty sure they referenced it in a future event.
Oh no, it was in this event that they referenced it. Every
did
time.
they?
Every time Saber Lily uses Caliburn, especially when Blackbeard is there, it goes right there, man! This was the only event that Lily was really predominant in, so yeah, this is the event that...
God, yeah, I found it. Well, I didn't find one of Blackbeard, but I did find, like, there you go.
So yeah, every time Caliburn goes off...
It's like I'm sorry, but it's like Dark Helmet's Schwartz beam from Spaceballs.
And you want to know what's funny now? The fact that it was so amazing, they decided to make it canon and not fix it, or rather, make sure that it does this every single time. So now it does it on purpose. Welcome to FGO loves its community and will take a community joke and run with it.
Well, to be fair, in So the new Star Wars show has been the Book of Boba Fett. There has been a groin shot in that show.
Well, they should be lucky that there's no Caliburns nearby.
I mean, getting kicked in the balls by Boba Fett, it's not probably something anyone wants to deal with.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, so while while doing all this, they're also collecting Arturium to fix up Mysterious Heroine X's spaceship, because she crash landed in our universe looking for a way to try to overcome the tyrannical sabers that have taken over the universe. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Are you still with us?
Yeah.
You're cutting in and out.
I'm coughing. It can't pick up the tone of my cough, Azure. That's why I'm cutting in and out.
Okay, well, you're really like blue balling the cough clippers.
I'm sorry. God. So, but anyway. So yeah. So at first, Arturia was like, "Ah, oh, dang, it's a saber. I'm gonna have to kill this bitch someday." But then, Saber Lily wins her over with her over wholesomeness ability. Nobody can deny Saber Lily. Even Gilgamesh empties his coffers for Lily-chan. It's creepy, yo.
You know what's funny? Like, the first Saber Wars was named like the Caliburn Awakens, which was obviously meant to be a reference to the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is sounding an awful lot like Rey.
Mm-hmm. So they go on their merry way, and what's this? Lo and behold, somebody else wants to get in on this saber espionage because she just loves pretty people. Hello, Nero appears. Nero shows up, and Mysterious Heroine X is like, "Oh hell no to this bitch."
Okay.
Oh. Hell no to this bitch.
Oop.
Oop.
Why is it not pasting? I don't have a picture of it. I just have the I've got the banner.
Yeah. Hell no to this bitch. Why do I have to share a banner with her? But yes, for all of you who don't know, Nero is actually the original Saberface.
Mm-hmm.
No, there were no other lookalikes besides Jeanne of Arc, but Jeanne didn't even really have she didn't really have like official art yet, I don't think, at the time that Extra was being developed, but
Didn't like the anime for Zero come out after Extra?
I think it was released there at the same time, like it was within the same year, or like a year apart or something like that. Or maybe. Oh, thank you for the follow, Red Fox TV. I mean BT. I get those two letters mixed up. Anyway, no, wait, maybe it's the novels came out. Hello! Maybe it's the novels that came up. How was my day today? Well, I have a cough that just won't go away. So, it comes and it goes.
Sick.
I was sick. I still have this COVID cough I can't get rid of. This is our first TMI stream back. Yeah, it's bad. I can't control it. I'm drinking tea and honey. I'm doing my best.
It says here that her design was not made during the novel's production. It was designed during the anime adaptation.
Yeah, so
that would have been, what, season 2?
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
Hello, Zal. So yes, I don't think Jeanne actually fully had a design yet by the time Nero came into existence.
10 for Fate Extra, and when did...
Like, they were really close together if it has happened. I can't remember. I just know it was really, really close that those two came out. Yeah, hello.
The second season came out in June of 2012, so like
Yeah.
1 year.
1 year. Yep.
Oh wow, there's been a lot of people in your chat suddenly.
Yes, hello. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Welcome to me ranting about the Servant verse from Fate Grand Order. So we're recapping the first episode of the Servant verse. Episode 1, The Caliburn Awakens. We'll go through a quick recap. So, Mysterious Heroine X debuted during the Back Alley Alliance time, where if you don't know what the Back Alley Alliance is, just go search it on YouTube. You'll find a clip somewhere. So then it comes from is, haha, lo and behold, Saber Wars happens in FGO to take Mysterious Heroine X and give her her own backstory and development, and to get Lily's goddamn Noble Phantasm to level 5 because you couldn't do anything with her before it began. But anywho...
Let everyone else who was playing Grand Order actually get a copy of Lily.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was pre-order bonus only in Japan! Although I think if you just download the game at the early time for the US, they just gave you her.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Like they gave you everything. Like they gave you the free 4-star servant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just gave you the stuff if you did it. But anyway, after Mysterious Heroine X and Lily hang out, because in the Servant verse there is no incest, but there is self-cest, and that is okay.
Okay, now hang on. Are we sure that Lily is of legal age?
I don't fucking know. Is Mysterious Heroine X of legal age?
I mean, probably.
Who the fuck knows? Arturia is physically supposed to be like 15. Let's let that live rent-free in everybody's brain.
Please no.
It's okay, she's actually 22. Arturia is mentally 22 in her servant form. I have to make that absolutely abundantly clear for people.
Mm-hmm.
And, technically, and her age is also 22, but they also like to make it point out that her body is not developed past 6... It's stupid!
That's weird!
It's weird!
They did the same thing with Jean.
I don't fucking...
Wasn't, she died, the real Jeanne d'Arc died when she was 19.
Yeah.
But she was summoned in the Grand Order as, a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And just,
There's no physical difference between the two! Why would you...
Yeah, I mean, is a 16... I mean, well... It's just, does a 19-year-old really look that much different from a 16-year-old?
No. Yes, the sword stopped her body growth. That is legit the canonical thing that exists. Just like how sex gives you magical energy. Mm-hmm. It's canon.
Actually, if you look on the slide in the bottom right, the gentleman in the middle there, his age is also being stopped at that very instant. I'm pretty sure that beam is reversing puberty.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh, you be confusing, Fate. I don't fucking know. Anywho.
I mean, it could be worse. When Shiro went through puberty, he grew a bunch of swords out of his body. It was really painful.
It was painful. It was indeed. But anyway, yeah. So, after Saber Lily and Mysterious Heroine X decide to make a weird combination, and it may be shipped in the fandom, I don't freaking know. They seemed really close while the event was going on.
Arc 5 was going on at the time, and that had a bunch of clones in it, so who knows? Maybe they were watching that and that seems popular with their fan base. Let's do the same thing.
Yeah.
It was 2015. It was the year of self-cest.
Yep, it was the year of self-cest. And then Nero shows up and said, hey, I know I'm not self-cest, but I would love to get in on this.
It's yeah, hi, it's I don't care which what we're doing. It's I want someone inside me or I want to be inside someone.
Yep, that's Nero.
She likes beautiful girls. This is a canon thing she said in Extra.
Yes, she likes beautiful. She like her sexuality is beauty, as she was said. Pretty boys, great. Pretty girls, even better. But yeah. Also, Nero's. It's also, we don't know for sure what Nero means by beauty, because she describes it in a really weird way. I think she says about the soul, so I'm not sure if she's actually like pansexual or something like that. Anyway, she does not have a normal sexuality. That's all just I want to say. Mm-hmm. It is not normal, whatever she's doing. Not to say that if you're not not to say that you're not, ugh. This is coming out wrong now.
It's like Nero is her own beast.
Yeah, Nero's her own sexuality.
It's like that episode of South Park where like everyone thinks the kids are being homophobic, but then their teacher is like just so overtly sexual with everything. It's like, oh no, that's completely different.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Nero in a nutshell.
Nero is the Mr. Garrison of fate.
You want to see Nero going maybe sexually harassing her master? Just watch for a couple of episodes of the Fate Extra anime. She just goes for it. She just stands on top of the fountain. That is an interesting pose they animated there. Yes. Thank you, Shaft. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Shaft.
Also, that piece of cloth is simultaneously the most translucent yet opaque thing I have ever seen.
Yeah. Hello, we're very big Nero fans. Welcome to the welcome to the stream.
It's the legs.
It's the legs, man. She lets everybody see the legs, and you just can't help but appreciate. Look. It's okay. It's okay, guys.
What were we talking about? What was tonight's subject?
Anyway, servant verse. So eventually, as time was going on, another Saberface tried to get in on this, but she keeps getting blown away every time she tries to interact with the party, and that would be Okita. She was just there for a few seconds. And also Siegfried was there, I think, for a few seconds to apologize for what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's a saber, but he doesn't count as a Saberface.
Yeah. But anyway, if you're all wondering why I had to specifically mention that Siegfried was apologizing, just so you know, in the JP fandom, he's called Mr. Samonai. Samonai. I don't know if it's the way that they say Siegfried, or it's just because he says sorry a lot.
I think it's because he constantly apologizes.
Yeah, probably that. Although I wouldn't know why they would assume that, seeing as Siegfried didn't exist before. Well, he did exist, but he only appeared in Apocrypha before this, which he was only in for 5 seconds.
Don't think about it.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Maybe he was there for a little longer in the light novels. I sincerely doubt it.
I hear that they cut a lot of stuff out.
Yeah. But by the way, though, the Apocrypha, even the light novels, are total crap, though. Apocrypha is the black sheep of the... Like, almost every fan will simultaneously agree Apocrypha is just pretty badly written. And it mostly comes from the fact that the author of Fate Strange Fake has basically the same number of characters on their hand and is doing it way better.
Well, that's because he's also the creator of Baccano and Durarara. He has experience doing that. Like, that is his, like, wheelhouse.
Yeah. Basically, they learned from experience not to let whoever the fuck did the light novels for the other one do it again. Mm-hmm. However, they did decide during a D&D session, he's going like, why are you letting everybody write a Fate series? I want to write a Fate series. What do you want to write? I want to write about Waver while he's at London school. Okay. I just gotta think about how to fit servants into it, and they're like, well, you can't. You know what? Just do whatever you want. I don't really control this fandom anymore.
Are we still talking about Strange Fake?
No, we're talking about well, technically.
Are we talking about Case Files?
Case Files is connected to Strange Fake, so it's not out of the ballpark. Case Files is one of those weird in-betweeners. Because I'm trying to let you see everything that's going on behind me. That's why. Do you want me to take up most of the screen? Is that what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want, guys? Is this what you want? Oh,
Easy.
They do want this. Your left hand for the whole stream? Okay. Alright.
You're just upset because your tits aren't on the stream.
Oh my god. Azure, I can't believe you said that. There we go. Okay. You guys get tail for the rest of the stream. How's that? You get tail. There you go. Oh wait, you can't see it. There you go. There we go. This is what your view will be for the rest of the stream. I hope you're happy. This is what you all wanted, right? This is what you wanted. Yeah, my head's gone. This is what you wanted, right? This is what you wanted. Yeah? I bet it is. I'm not bitter.
But you're so happy.
No. I wanted everything.
I see your tail wagging.
Yeah, my tail wags. It wags. Wee 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 wee. Wee 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 wee. Wee 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 wee. It wags.
I feel like that's a feature you don't get to show off very often.
No, I don't. I have it though. I have it. I also have crazy eye, where my eyes go very small. See, like this. And I stare at you. Horrified. I don't do my emotes that much because I'm not very tech savvy.
Head tilt. That is a Higurashi head tilt.
Anyway, so Fate. Where was I? Oh yes. So Nero showed up. Okita gets blown off screen multiple times. Siegfried says sorry. And then eventually we gather enough Artorium to send a mysterious heroine X back to the Servantverse. Yep. That's it. That's the story. What?
It was a very weird episode of Star Trek.
It was very weird.
Episodes of Voyager.
But anyway, can you believe that is it? That's the entire story?
Yep. There was no more episodes.
There was no more episodes after that.
George Lucas wanted it to end with the destruction of the first Death Star.
Mm-hmm. All of the other characters totally didn't appear in random updates in random parts. Can you only redeem Hydrate once per stream? Maybe. I might have set it up like that because I was tired of you guys not listening to me about how it's a dump hydrate. It's a dump thing. It's so you waste your points. But also in general, you actually can't really redeem much of anything else right now because I can't do any of the I can't do any of my voice things right now. I literally cannot. It's sad. I can't do my ara voice or anything. I'm sad, Azure. I need to get over this. My voice needs to recover. I'm literally depressed by this. Anyway, where were we? Right. So, during I think it was was it another Saberverse event, or was it?
I don't think it was called Saber Wars.
Nah, I think it was a Valentine's event where the next part
like
happened, because it was really weird. But anyway, so a new chick shows up, and she's all dressed in dark clothes, and can throw lightning from her hand.
What are you talking about? She's just an ordinary schoolgirl, see?
Oh, you're right.
She even has a tracksuit.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, she has a sword, but remember, she's an anime girl. Most anime girls have swords.
That's true. I must be thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this chick shows up, and it turns out that she's a rival underclassman. Anyway, she becomes besties with Mysterious Heroine X. Don't mind that they look exactly the same from one another and have the same main name attached to them. They're not the same person at all. At least not in the servant verse. But so let me try and remember what was happening in this event. So, now I know what happened. She showed up in a trial area, because occasionally they have like these mini stories that show up that aren't events or anything like that, and they just pop up randomly. So hey, she talks to you and refers to you as K6X4, which is a robot that hangs out with her.
GK328, why are you not at your post?
Yeah. So, I guess you've taken over the robot sentience or something.
No, it's a Star Wars reference. It's a droid.
Droid, whatever. But anyway, so she's attending school at Cosmo Chaldea High, where everybody dreams of becoming SSR servants. That's right. In the servant verse, they are well aware of the ranking system that exists within FGO. I mean, technically every servant is aware of the ranking system that's in FGO. It's just some dumb joke thing that everybody's like, what the hell are you talking about? It depends on how much a character can break the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, characters like Nero, Elizabeth, basically everybody who thinks people are crazy are very easily to break the wall and be aware of their situation. Basically, higher madness enhancement equals higher chance that they know they're in a video game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that explains a lot.
But anyway,
that's where the madness comes from. It's like they can't comprehend the fourth wall.
Yep. So I'll pretend to understand what Tabamo's reason for being able to break the fourth wall. I will chalk it up to she is.
Tabamo is a beast off her own.
Yeah. But anyway, X Alter and X are now roommates, and they're secretly, I think, investigating the school or whatever. They report to Edison. It's interesting. But anyway, they're trying to figure out what the hell the Black Rounds is up to. Remember the relationship chart I showed you guys earlier? Well, that's gonna start playing into things.
Let's get that back up here.
Yeah, let's get that back up here.
That's not the servant chart. Let's try this. There we go. Let's get a new slide.
New slide. Boop. Alright. Here we go. Relationship chart. Okay. I have to fight this COVID. Dang it. Where do I punch? Not anywhere near my lungs.
I'm not sure that would help. If anything, I think that might do more damage.
Yeah, okay. So.
And it might get you infected.
Yeah. So we're gonna look at this main. I'm just gonna zoom in because none of that stuff on the other side is important right now. The main.
Sure.
Oh, I can't zoom in. Huh.
Yeah, it's not gonna let you zoom.
I want to make it bigger. Enhance.
It's not gonna work.
Enhance.
That's all the resolution we have.
Enhance. Okay. So here is the important thing. Here we go. Here's the plot twist with mysterious heroine X Alter. She was a part of the dark rounds the entire time. And she's in the Villain Alliance.
Oh my god, it's like Palpatine from the prequels.
Yeah. Surprise. So she's in the Dark Rounds and the Villain Alliance. As you can see, Nikola Tesla is also in the Villain Alliance because Principal Lionhead, aka Edison, is in the Cosmo Chaldea Academy, running it with dorm supervisor Helena and Professor Babajan. Doper. So they're running the Academy. So of course the arch enemy of the Academy has to be Captain Nikola.
This is like the fucking Young Jedi Knight novels.
Yeah.
Shadow Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're in the Villain Alliance, which includes Admiral Fraulein Fran. Well, they have a lot of fun with the names for the characters in the Servantverse. Elizabeth is there because apparently she's pranking the mysterious heroines. I guess she just goes for anybody. Wait, isn't she from Apocrypha? Fran? Yes. Fran
Grand
is...
Order. Everyone. This is Grand Order. Everyone's from everything.
Yes, everything for everything. Also, Fran actually has some interesting parts in FGO. Heck, I know some stuff. Yeah, you know about the black sheep of the Fate franchise, Fate Apocrypha. That means you're deeper in the rabbit hole than you thought, she.
Get some help.
Yeah, get some help. Woo.
We will be providing a toll-free number at the end of this.
What do you mean it had an anime? I refuse to admit that series has an anime.
Yeah, I didn't spend $200 on it.
So anyway, Elizabeth pranks the superhero Mysterious Heroine X and Mysterious Heroine X Alter. That there is K6X4, also known as Black Knight Kun.
Obviously, it is based. Well, first off, it looks like it has the helmet of the Black Knight from the Monty Python movie.
Well, of course. I'm sure there's Monty Python reference somewhere in FGO.
That's all that was left of him after that movie.
Yeah.
His head. And obviously, he's been put on the Cherokee R2 unit.
Yeah. And,
It's the evil R2 unit from the new Star Wars comics.
And then there's... there's Ultra Heroine Z, not to be confused with Mysterious Heroine X.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
Saiyan.
Yeah, she's a Saiyan, and she's in cahoots with Agravine, and they're trying to take over the universe. But they are not a part of the villain alliance, unlike Mysterious Heroine X is, because I asserted Mysterious Heroine X Alter is just, too busy making.
Well, she's got school shit.
Yeah, she's got school shit going on, so she's gotta get in with another group of evil people to truly try to take over the universe. But yeah, that's the basic plot line of that little sub thing. Alright, anyway, so let's move on to Saber Wars Episode 3. What do you mean, where was Episode 2?
Well, no, see, it's like, well, here's the thing. It's like they saw that Episode 2 was Attack of the Clones, and it's like, well, we don't want to replicate that pile of shit.
Yeah. So, well, first, I guess we'll mention the characters who got introduced in other things. So, Mysterious Heroine XX is when she decides to become a space cop, and she's gotta enforce the law in a bikini, normal stuff. It was the Fate Extra CC summer event, as I like to call it, because BB was behind that whole event.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it.
Well, that was the one where they were making the Dojin, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Dojin event.
Well, obviously, this fan fiction would sprout out of that.
Yeah. It was.
This is just some fever dream
but anyway,
that John
it was
having.
Basically, the Hawaii summer event was what if Comiket, the very popular Dojin thing that happens in Japan every year, took place in Hawaii, with John Alter wanting to create a Dojin. Because she read a Dojin that moved her to tears, but then it turned out that she was the author of the Dojin the whole entire time, because it was in a closed loop, the entire thing.
A little narcissistic.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, there's Mysterious Heroine X. Gilgamesh is the Great Golden Emperor Cosmo Gilgamesh. And here's the important one to know for right now, for the event happening right now. She was introduced in a Halloween event, and that's the Amazonas CEO.
I can't believe they actually made it to space.
Mm-hmm. She's very adamant about creating...
Who is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife?
I don't know.
I imagine that's the joke.
I think it is the joke. But she has... But in general, it's all... But here's the thing. She's already better leader of CEO of Amazon than he is, because, she let, when her workers collapse, she lets them sleep until they wake up. So, there's that. It's even better than the real Amazon. Money, 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 money.
The joke here is that everyone needs to watch Spitting Image. It's that very dry British humor.
So let's go on to the main event of episode 3 of Saber Wars. Okay, just kidding. It's not episode 3. It is episode 2. I lied. But anyway, Servant Universe. This is where we actually end up transported to the Servantverse. So one day, Ishtar was all like, "Hey, go wait in your room. I'll show up there later." And then, man, some weird small version of Rin shows up, and we're like, "Oh, this must be the thing she was talking about. Haha. Oh, Ishtar, you have such weird taste in things." And she's like, "Okay, I'm kidnapping you now. Haha, very funny." And Mosh is like, "Ha! Oh, Ishtar, she's so tsundere." And then we get teleported somewhere else. And then Ishtar comes into the room and she's like, "Sorry, I'm late." And then Mosh was like, "Oh."
Oh, you're not... We were kidnapped by a different Ren.
She's like, "Uh-oh.
We're actually being kidnapped."
Oh no, Senpai really got kidnapped. I thought it was a joke because Ishtar isn't very good at conveying her feelings. So Ishtar begins to panic, go, "What do you mean someone looked like me took him away? I didn't plan this." And she's like, Erich Kegel, did you plan this? And she's like, oh my god, he's been kidnapped. We're all gonna die. Because Erich Kegel is the side of Rin who panics more than Ishtar does. So,
he's very much the straight man.
Yeah. So while those two versions of Rin are panicking, we're hanging out in a holding cell, minding our own business. Of course, we don't really realize it's a holding cell because it's so nicely furnished, and Space Ishtar is being pretty nice to us overall. She's like, I need you to be around for the sacrifice. And we're all like,
Jesus.
uh-huh, yeah. They're like, what kind of sacrifice? I'm not sure exactly. All I know is that I need you to come with me to the beginning of the universe so I can complete a ritual. And I need a master to do that. However, there's no masters in this universe, only servants. So, I need to kidnap you from your universe so I can pull this off. And we're like...
a lot of an episode of DS9, if I remember correctly.
And we're like, okay. And you're like... And then she's all like, so do you want to order anything from Amazonas.com? I mean, it's like... And I'm like... And we're like, nah, not really. And she's like, are you sure you don't need anything? Do you want anything, food or anything? Nah, I'm good. Okay. Are you sure? But anyway, so Space Ishtar, or the smaller Ishtar as we like to call her, the smaller Space Ishtar, she's then like, all right, so we gotta take over the world, well, the universe, with an iron grip. Remember, guys, on space Twitter, we measure things in dislikes. I pay you in dislikes. The more dislikes you get, the more notorious you become. I will give everybody 10,000 dislikes if they complete these tasks for me. Anyway, she's running a tight shift. And she's like, and so when everybody says good job, and she's like, no, we have to commit to this evil thing. You're supposed to say bad job. Because we're evil. Basically, it's like someone's playing being evil, but we're getting to that.
Hang on. I gotta get this.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is reminding me of a very old Star Wars, young readers of a novel series called Jedi Prince. It was set right after Return of the Jedi, and they made the Empire so over the top evil in it. It's like, I bid you dark greetings, members of the Moff Council. Stuff like that. It was really cringe and really stupid and really, hilarious.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But yeah, she's all, doing that stuff. And eventually a button gets pressed in the middle of the spiel. She was talking to the evil version of a Japanese servant whose name I forget at the top of my head.
This wasn't the event that had... No, I'm thinking of the summer event, the one that had the alternate, Musashi. Or whatever her name is.
This is the event where Calamity Jane gets introduced.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that was 4 years of waiting for her.
Yeah, 4 years.
She was on the initial leak list.
Yeah. We vaguely even knew what she looked like for a period of time. But anyway, so after this spiel, a button accidentally gets pushed. Turns out, it was the button to our containment unit. And our whole room gets blasted out into space and onto a desolate planet.
So basically, it's the fucking escape pod scene from the beginning of A New Hope.
Yeah.
They end up on Tatooine.
And we're like, oh no! And then we're on some desert planet, and we're like, well, how are we gonna survive now?
It really is Tatooine.
Yeah. So how are we gonna survive now?
These aren't the servants you're looking for. You want to roll the gotcha again.
And then out of sheer coincidence, bang! Mysterious Heroine X almost runs you over. And she's like, oh! Hey! What a coincidence! So, I landed on this planet, and I haven't been able to get off it for a while because I need Arturium to get it off. But it turns out that this planet is very low in Arturium, and I can't get off. Ha! So basically, she can't fix her ship to get off the thing. So, was it? I think so. Yeah, the Sara. So then we're like, all right, let's just head down the street, I guess. So basically, like this whole world, it's like it doesn't really like it's a desert planet. It doesn't look like Tatooine. It looks like Route 66.
Ah, so Jakku from the new trilogy.
So we walk down the street. Eventually, we get to a dive bar. You know, like a 66 has.
Mm-hmm.
And then, haha, a bunch of fake sabers show up and is all like, hey, that girl is on the wanted poster. Both you. Also, the other girl who's with her also has a very high rating and dislikes. And we're like, oh snap. And then Rin and then Space Ishtar, as we like to call her, but she's called.
That's her official name.
Yeah, but she's called like Ishtarin or something by Calamity Jane. So, blah blah blah. Oh, actually, the bar I think kind of does look like that in the thing. Well, at least from the inside.
It's the bar from episode 2.
Yeah.
The 50s bar on Coruscant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
George Lucas, love the man.
So anyway, a bunch of bounty hunters start fighting each other. Rin, who is also a bounty hunter, also joins in with Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane is like, haha.
Boba Fett, where?
Mm-hmm. And she's like, haha, I'm an archer. Hanging around. Because, you know, who wants to be a saber? Everybody's a saber nowadays. So it turns out that in this thing, it actually explains the over saber population. So basically, the Dark Council over there, that the evil version of Space Ishtar was doing, she was flooding the market with saber badges so that everybody could be a saber. And, you know, by doing that, it earns them money. Because they're selling it over Amazonist.com and stuff like that. And that funds their empire. And it just creates so many sabers. Because, you know, everybody wants to be a saber. Saber is the ultimate class that everybody wants to be. Even though, you know...
I'm amazed that this thing has the, like, economical implications that the prequel trilogy did. They're really going all in on the Star Wars parody.
Oh, yeah, they did. And so basically after that commotion, and we decided to hang out, and you're like, hey, I know you. And this Rin is like, the fuck you do? She's like, no, we met like 5 minutes ago, this version of you. And she's like, what? And I'm like, so I'm gonna call you Space Ishtar? And she's like, well, I mean, I guess since you're a master, I guess you can do whatever you want, because by being a master, it gives me more abilities. And, you know, I totally don't want to use that so I can avenge my father, who was brutally murdered by someone I do not know. He carries the same sword as this one that I'm holding.
Gasp.
Yes, gasp. So I'm searching for the man who has a sword that looks like this.
Please tell me it's Kirei.
No, It's the...
Wouldn't that be hilarious if
Yeah.
it ended up being Kirei?
It would have been hilarious, but no, he's still not a servant yet in this, so he can't play that role. He can't play that role if it doesn't exist in the game yet. I mean,
They have the chance. By this time, they had a model, like they had an avatar for him.
They do,
not?
but he's not technically here yet, so... Technicalities. But anyway, so yeah. Tokimimi Tokusa, who is your name Inigo Uta? Did they kill your father? Will they prepare to die? Well, that's what Rin's after right now.
No, it's like he was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil. He betrayed and murdered your father.
Nah, he was some professor who was hanging around, searching for things, researching the primordial goddess. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
A professor?
Yeah.
Well, we know some professors.
He was a professor researching the primordial goddess. Don't worry about it. Primordial goddess, that's only going to show up a few more times in the story time that I talk about.
Excuse me, it's actually pronounced midichlorian. Oh no, I've seen The Princess Bride. I love The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I got that reference you were making.
Oh, no, I got it. I was just rolling with it. Anyway, so... we hang out with Rin. We managed to gather enough Artorium to throw into Rin's engine burner so we can use her
because that's how combustion works.
So we can use her ship, the Mana Mark II or whatever, to get off the planet, but not before we beat up Billy the Kid, because because it turns out he's one of the 5 swordsmen who works for the evil organization.
Sorry, I'm just imagining the bar scene from episode 4 with Greedo, but it's like Billy the Kid's face has just been like photoshopped on there.
But yeah.
You get the reference?
Yeah.
You don't get the reference. Ishtar shot first.
Mm-hmm. No, it didn't. Shut up.
Yes, you did, and the fans are going to make a big stink about it for years and years and years and years.
Yep. But anyway, so we get off the thing after beating up Billy the Kid, one of the 5 or 7 swordsmen. I wasn't really keeping count of how many there were when I was going through the game. Anyway, so we get off that first planet, and then we have to go... Well, I hope I'm... to the... I think we have to go to the... I think the first planet... Yeah, the first planet after the desert planet that we stop off to is the blue... is the big blue tank, which is a jewel-like looking planet that has a nail going through it, because that's actually a space elevator that they're using to try to get the Arturium out of the planet, so that way they can flood the marketplace with Arturium so that it causes an economic crash or something. I hope I'm remembering this right, but there was a lot of economics going on for this parody thing.
I don't know who these guys are, but the Trade Federation must want them on their payroll.
No, wait. They were trying to corner the market so that way they could get all the Oratorium, and all the Oratorium, and they had to go through them to buy it. That's what it was. Because I think that was like one of the few Artorium-rich planets in the solar system. So yeah. They go through that. They go to they go around, and they're like, all of a sudden they're attacked by space nomads. And the leader of this space nomad is some chick who likes to ride around on a gold sheep thing from time to time. And her name is called Attila. And she's all like, halt, you cannot go through to the planet. It is a sacred place to our people. And we're like, but we need to go there. We need to stop the bad guys there. They're like, look, I'm not saying that you can't go down there if you prove yourself through right of combat then we can take it as a sign from the goddess that you were meant to come here and get the bad guys off the planet. More or less, that's how that conversation went down. So we fight Attila. We were allowed, and she's like, okay, you can go now. And so we get onto the planet's surface, and it is frozen over. Surprise! The next swordsman we have to face is called Anastasia. And she's like,
she's not a swordsman.
It's so fucking cold. She's Anastasia of the Freezing Sword. And she's like, it's so goddamn cold. So goddamn cold. And she's like, I've been working on this planet for so long, I can't ever leave this planet, because if I go off this planet, anything else is way too fucking hot.
Transfer to the next... I pulled up a new slide.
Yeah, sure. Okay, it's goddamn cold, guys. So she's like, God dang it. All I want to do is go someplace warm, but my body won't be able to handle it because I've been in this frozen tundra for so long. And so then we have to beat her up. And then it's all cool. We're able to stop the Artorium drilling, and we're like, nice. So then we're like, well, time to go on to the next place. And then we have to go through, I think we go through the Forbidden Zone, because you know it's forbidden. Yeah.
Why is it forbidden?
Because it's a bunch of asteroids and stuff that not anybody can navigate easily through. But we managed to get through a little bit after some trouble. We get attacked by ghost space cat dog things. I don't know. Apparently it was some planet or some ghost planet or whatever where people had left their cats behind when they abandoned the planet, and that those cats still wait to try to cook people delicious meals. Whoa.
Anabare? You're not talking about the Nekos, are you?
I'm talking about Tamamo Cat.
Oh. Yeah, she's definitely from outer space. That makes sense.
Yeah. But anyway, after that all crazy fanatic getting through the asteroid belt, we eventually find ourselves at a satellite, which is actually a kitchen, which is actually run by Gawain, who is actually a member of the... Wait, was this before or after Lancelot crashed into our windshield for a few minutes and then took off again? But yeah, Berserker Lancelot was there at one point. I'm not sure if it was after this part or before it, but anyway, Gawain is busy being a chef. He was being taught by Benny Emma, but Benny Emma's kind of not sure she can actually teach him. Basically was sent to the edge of the universe to go open up a store, because you never know who may stop by at the edge of the universe. He has even served someone called Edgy Fett. I don't know what that's a reference to, but apparently it's some famous bounty hunter who was working his guns, and it's totally not Emiya Alter. It's totally not. Anyway.
Well, to be fair, he is about as dark-skinned as Tamora Morrison.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Did he fight a Wookiee naked?
All I know is he's...
something that happened in the Book of Boba Fett.
All I know is he's secretly part of a space police organization that was in charge of killing the goddess of the universe. Don't worry about it. don't worry about the Galactic Police. But anyway, the Galactic Police, by the way, is formed with a saber famed for slaying a dragon, a lancer known as the Siege Expert, a literal starry-eyed archer, a goddess assassin from the same ancient time period, a writer who claimed to be a berserker, a Mr. Universe, aka Merlin, and Space Toshizo, the intergalactic pirate. And together they defeated the primordial goddess. Anyway, who could that possibly be? One of the archers that was a part of it.
Featuring Max Rebo on lyrics.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who could that starry-eyed archer could have possibly been? Now I guess we'll never know.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Anywho. All I know is Edgy Fed, I think, is someone who was, like, charged with keeping... I really don't know. I can't remember what his part was. I know he had something to do with the intergalactic police.
Well, if he's like the real Boba Fett, he only would have had like 4 minutes of screen time across the entire franchise.
He didn't even really appear. He was there for like 2 seconds and then gone.
Did he get eaten by a worm?
Maybe.
Because that's how Boba Fett went out. Until the new show came out.
Yeah, but anyway, so Gwen is being a chef, most likely serving us mashed potatoes, because that's literally what he's holding in his character art. Let me see if I can paste it. There we go. There he is. So...
why is he wearing his armor?
I don't know. I don't know why he's just wearing an apron and a hat over his armor. I wish I could tell you more, but he has amnesia. He doesn't know that he's actually one of the space swordsmen who are supposed to stop.
Something just occurred to me.
What?
Isn't it canon that the reason that Artoria loves Shiro's cooking so much is because the cooking in her own time was awful?
Yes. In fact, it's also canon that Gwen is also at fault for her not liking any of her time period food.
So are we sure we want this guy running a diner?
No, we don't.
Like the diners from Spaceballs. It's gonna end with an alien busting out of someone's
It's gonna be all mashed potatoes because that's all Gwen can make. By the way, this is the canon. This is a canon character thing that's been established for Gwen. Is that he just makes mashed potatoes and nothing else.
It's like, Gwen, for the love of God, put some sour cream in it.
What is this word you're using? Sour cream.
Gwen, listen to me. For the love of God, salt and pepper.
But yeah, his name is literally Gwen the Mash for this. So
Well, that's not confusing.
yeah. But anyway, so after a whoopie hoo rolling around at the speed of sound, going through the illusion planet Caribbean, we eventually get to the origin universe. Ugh, I'm dying. We eventually get to the origin universe, where the goddess was said to have died, and there is the altar to sacrifice the goddess for. And after all this time, the space guy who was actually behind the evil half of Ishtar. That's right, the evil half of Ishtar that's running the thing. It was up to date. He was like, huh, so do you know that there were actually good part and a bad part of the goddess after she was killed. And she turned into a baby. Dang. What a coincidence.
Oh my god.
And then someone...
The goddess is Piccolo.
And then someone found those goddesses and then decided to raise one of them as his daughter. Huh. What a weird thing that was. So you know, then I killed him and then I took the other part of her because, you know, clearly he was raising the good twin. And so then he goes to sacrifice the evil Rin to summon the goddess, and I think it was kind of working there for a while there, and it kind of happens, and then the evil Rin is dying, but lo and behold,
this whole thing just turned into a prequel
yeah.
to the twin short from Star Wars Visions.
Yeah. So anyway, so the evil Rin is dying, and we're like, and then the goddess version of Rin appears before us and decides to wipe the universe, and then mysterious heroine Alter X appears before us and says, "Hey, you should probably go back and unlock those, you know, things you were supposed to read before you got here." And you're like, "What? Yeah, you got some very important information in those logs that Kotami... not Kot... Yes, Kotami? Anyway, that Rin's dad left behind."
Basically, they're the opening crawls for these movies.
Yeah. You know, all those logs about him documenting things. So, we go back to read all of his videos and stuff like that. And so he's like, "I'm leaving this message for all of you to know. I was left with the decision." It's like, there was one evil twin and one good twin. I don't know how you could tell them at a glance, but you could. So, I decided to make an executive decision with these babies. I couldn't awaken them both up because, you know, the goddess would happen. So, I decided to raise one as my own. I chose to raise the evil twin as my child.
See?
So, the plot twist was that the evil Rin is actually the good twin, and the one we were traveling with was the evil twin. She's like, "Wait, what do you mean I'm the evil twin?" He's like, "Yeah, I thought that if I could raise the evil twin to be good, then that meant that the goddess was truly good deep down, and I could instill morals into her, and that maybe that when the goddess got summoned, we'd stand a chance, you know?"
Sounds a little blasphemous.
Yeah, and so the evil
me,
twin was all
I
like...
can influence a goddess.
And so the evil twin was like, "Wait, I'm the good twin? Oh my god, that makes so much sense!" Oh, and the other one is like, that does explain that while in my childhood I really was trying to take over the world there for a few seconds there. I grew out of it, but I tried.
That beforehand.
Yeah. Like, there was a flashback when Rin was there was like a finishing academy that Rin went to, who was pumping out extra quality servants. I don't think it was Charlie Academy. I think it was another one next to it. But, yeah, it was a finishing academy. Where basically you had to fight to win, and Taiga was one of the teachers. who beat her up every time that she... Yeah. Don't worry, guys. They're servants. It's normal.
Better?
It's just this normal stuff that happens. Don't worry about it. Ugh. Yeah, my tea is cold. Well, that makes sense. We've been going for an hour and a half. Anyway, I'll start trying to wrap things up because then we have to talk about how we're helping out the Amazonas. Well, that's actually a short story. Basically, right now we're helping out the Amazonas CEO help with her, I guess, galactic takeover of the market because she wants to, be the best online shipping store that you could possibly be in the galaxy. And for some reason, all of her employees disappeared, and so now you're helping her. Anyway. So basically, Evil Rin and Good Rin decide to hook up together and become the goddess again so they can fight the other goddess. Because that's right. Well, the goddess they summoned was the original body and form, because the galaxy is actually the goddess's body after she died. Anyway.
Now I am confused.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. That's the Rin thing that happens in her Noble Phantasm, where, a giant Rin comes out and shoots lasers at her enemy. Anyway, so...
Look, they just really wanted to emulate Gurren Lagann.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, the battle happens, we win, and then we go back to our own universe, and we were like, man, that was a crazy adventure.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. And, of course, before we left, Rin would say, I mean, we'll probably never meet again, unless you roll me in the gotcha. Bye!
Or 30 years from now when Disney acquires Typhoon.
Mm-hmm. That was more or less the story. Also, I never mentioned that Calamity Jane was one of the members of the guys who killed the goddess, but I don't think that's that important.
Mm-hmm. Still made more sense than the sequel trilogy.
She's like, I was hanging around Rin the entire time, just in case that she ever decided to become the goddess, that I would kill her.
Yeah, It's like you didn't know it, but you secretly had a gun to your back the entire time.
Yep. She's like, what do you mean? I mean, it's not like I wanted to kill you. I thought we were pretty good friends, and also I was buds with your dad. But, it was just in case you were gonna go and destroy the world, I also knew you were the evil twin the entire time.
It's basically Legacy of the Force, except done well.
Yeah. And there we go. That's episode 2 of Saber Wars. And I don't think there's anything that's really come out in JP other than Mysterious Heroine Alter getting another outfit. Well, another form. She now has a foreigner class. I think she's a foreigner. I don't keep track.
Mysterious Idol?
Yeah, she's now an idol. Yep.
And, yeah, I think that's foreigner. Yeah, foreigner.
Yep.
She was a free servant.
Yep. And I think she was trying to, form a band, the usual stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, she's gonna have her work cut out for her. She's gonna have to compete with Max Rebo. That's a Star Wars reference. You may have noticed that I've been peppering them throughout this review.
Star Wars reference? I never heard it. But anyway, now what's going on is we're helping the CEO of Amazonas. She's also a Servant-verse character. You wouldn't know it because she wasn't introduced in Servant-verse stuff. But anyway, she's Penthesilla. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. She's the Amazon. And, well, I'll cover this probably eventually when we get to Greek characters. Because we probably should cover a lot of them at some point.
Just as long as we don't have to talk about Zeus fucking a guy as a duck.
Oh, No, we have to talk about that because we have to talk about the Trojan War because all of the characters from the Trojan War are from that. In fact, Penthesilea was killed by Achilles. So, you know, after you know, I don't want to go into details about that right away. Let's just say Achilles didn't do this very nicely. It was it's a bad thing that happened.
That's for another time.
Yeah, that's for another time when I cover her. I don't know when I will. I need to think about, because I want to get back to covering characters again. But I don't know who to start with, because now we're pretty much into the unknown, because we've covered, like, the main cast of characters who's gone over. But anyway, so yeah, so we're helping the Amazonas CEO to find her staff members.
Why don't we go over MASH?
Yeah, we can go over Mosh.
She's kind of important.
Yeah, we can
She's
go over...
got a bit of a history to her.
Yeah, we can go over Mosh and Galahad by extension, because even though he technically exists somewhere, I refuse to acknowledge Fate Requiem right now in the state that it is. I can't. I can't acknowledge that. I mean, it's a fine premise for, like, an MMO, but for a light novel, I really don't think that premise is alright. Everybody has a servant.
It's funny because I'm actually looking at a picture of Voyager right now.
Yeah.
If you bring it up.
Yep. That's the series he's from. Mm-hmm. That's the series where Fate Grand Order kind of spoiled his identity before the light novel came out, I think.
Well, I mean, we can go over the time that he attacked Earth and, like, tried to merge with his creator, and I'm thinking of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I wish to speak to the Gudaku carbon unit.
Although I will say that Idol Mysterious Heroine X. Okay, I'll give it this. I'll give the artist this. This definitely also looks more interesting than their usual designs. At least that's what I personally feel. I do not like the fucking coat design that they always do.
Is this the same artist who does the SAO stuff?
Yes, this is the same artist that does FEO. I can't take this coat that they use for everything. I can't take it. I hate it.
Also, the one thing we mentioned that I don't think, like, we need to bring up, Alter X, she just fucking has a lightsaber.
Yeah, she does have a lightsaber.
She doesn't have it's not like she's using Excalibur. She has a fucking double-bladed lightsaber.
Yep. She do. She do, man. And Force Lightning and Sith eyes, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she might be a threat to our Star Wars Let's Play.
But yeah, welcome to Cherry's tastes in designs. I think when the author is not doing the dumb coat, the artist. I think the artist is not doing the dumb coat thing that they do for a lot of characters. They create some pretty good designs. My opinion. I'll give you small Star Wars meme in your gen chat. I don't want a Star Wars meme. I want Fate memes.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Bun Bun. Bun Bun is the artist for Sword Art Online. Please stop doing Sword Art Online designs. You've shown in your Mysterious Heroine Alter Foreigner version you have talent to do other things. I'm begging. Please do not keep drawing this coat. This goddamn coat.
You're not bound to Reki Karahawa or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It's like, is he holding your family hostage?
I don't know. Because, like, that's the same goddamn problem I had in Sakura Wars. Hang on. Let me see if I can... Welcome to... I ended on this.
This actually has become a rant.
I ended on this, so I'm gonna go there. In my Sakura Wars, they decided to get a bunch of different... Oh, they're launching a mobile app. Oh, no. It was a catastrophe. So is it an old thing? Or is it that a new thing?
Probably out of service by now.
Mm-hmm. It was launching in a process of reboot for the PlayStation 4 alongside a fresh anime. Oh no, it sounds like it was something more recent. It had a budget of 3 billion yen.
Okay, but that's like $2 US.
Uh-oh. Nearly 750,000 is nothing to scoff at, but the number is considered to be pretty low for Asian mobile game in its debut month. Lesser known ranked title, top 50. Most troubling part of the belief that the industry analysts at the game's development market took a budget of 3 billion, 30 million USD. The number is true. This could prompt Sega to wrap things up for Sakura Wars is concerned, which is a real disappointment given the game's legacy. Oh no, so this happened after the newer games. Fuck. I hate it when they do mobile games just right after they're trying to remake a franchise. Oh no, it's like has been a costly catastrophe and sit down 6 months after launch. Oh no, now we're not gonna get any more Sakura Wars stuff probably because you know they completely mishandled this franchise. Could have done something good with this. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to looking for the British troop that appeared in Shin Sakura Wars. Aha, here it is. This coat! This fucking coat! Just because you add extra details onto it does not make it not the same fucking coat.
That is literally Kirito's coat. You just painted it yellow.
Yeah. Also, this is somewhat relevant. This person goes by Arthur in Shin Sakura Wars. Relevant. The girl goes by Lancelot. Here we go. I'm gonna show you the girl. I'm gonna show you Lancelot now. Here's Lancelot. Gee, that doesn't look like anything else I've seen before from this artist.
That is literally Asuna's outfit from the first season of SAO. You cannot tell me otherwise.
This is why I'm like, please, for the love of God, stop doing this coat design! Because every time that Bun Bun does these coat designs, they all look the same. The characters look exactly the fucking same. This person is just a mashup of Asuna and Lisbeth. I know too much.
I can see it.
Yep. You can do better designs. I think this outfit right here shows it. You know? That they can do something original for a change. Anyway, that was that rant.
You're free to go.
True, you are free from my ranting. Where should we end this? I guess we can talk about random stuff before we say goodbye. Oh, what's going on in... Now I remember. What's going on in Fate? It looks like a lot of stuff was subtitled for the Fate. I thought I wasn't crazy. So I don't know if just things are being animated out of order or whatever, but the Solomon chapter got animated and put out recently.
I believe that they're putting it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. So yep, so that's out. Or was out in Japanese and people have already fan-subbed it. This is why... Okay, so here's what I think. I kind of want to rant about this in general. Fate Grand Order, I feel like isn't working in the animated the way that they did. I think the only way to properly animate Fate Grand Order would be like to pull a Naruto or a One Piece for this serious thing, because it actually has the literal books of content in the mobile game to do that. Like, you really need to go through each and every Lost Belt, because, yeah. I mean, not Lost Belt, you need to go through every Grand Order, because, wow, I love watching the Solomon and talking about the bonds he made with servants like Jean and Nero and Mordred, and we didn't see, and Drake, and we didn't know any of that happened. And I'm like, wow, I'm so glad you got all these voice actors here for 2 lines. 2 spoken lines, more or less. Wow. Gilgamesh was also there, but he was kind of standing in the background over there for a little bit. And I'm like, you do know in the mobile game he like soloed a demon god killer, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys like this. I'm sorry. I watched the Solomon thing. Well, watched is an operative term. I kind of scrolled through it at certain points because Fujimaru is kind of cringe the way they've gone about it, about animating him. Like they could have chosen the more fun personality, I feel, but you know, time and effort, and I just feel like they just didn't. Like they should, if we really wanted to be able to fully understand FGO, I'm not saying animate every little goddamn thing in the thing, but I'm just saying that there's enough written stuff that it could have been done like Naruto. It could have been a long-winded animated series or something. Because, God forbid, FGO probably has the money for it. With how much they fucking pull in.
You sound like you're about ready to call it quits.
Yeah, my voice is starting to go. But I just wanted to finish ranting about FGO and about how they they kind of just dropped the ball animating this series, I feel like, because, you know, I don't think having the first Grand Order and the last 2 Lost Belts, I mean the last 2 Grand Order, I keep saying Lost Belt because we're in the Lost Belt arc now, and I'm like, I don't think animating the last two Grand Orders, and I'm like, wow, look at all these characters, like these are the characters that appeared for that part. I'm so glad that we got to see the bonds build between him and all of these characters here.
Yeah, you remember when we got to see in animated form when he talked to Mordred and Nero?
Mm-hmm. You got to see that happen. You got to see
Yeah.
this happen, right, guys?
It wasn't a flashback that happened in fucking in the fucking Babylon anime.
Yeah, that totally. Ugh. It's just a. And I'm like, yeah, not every, like, Grand Order is definitely not up to par with some of the later stuff, but it's still important stuff, like the London chapter, like everything. All of this stuff is important that happened. Even the non-funny stuff, like we could have had seasonal filler between the thing with the characters. And I'm like, yeah, I love how we pan around empty Chaldea, like anybody who watches the anime,
There should be servants like trawling like up and down those corridors.
Yeah.
Like that
And
place
like,
should be fucking packed.
Yeah. And I'm like anybody who watches the anime knows that the servants actually spend a lot of time around Chaldea. Because for some reason they decided to, like, ignore that for some reason. Me knowing FGO story only based on the anime and movies watching, Saul be like, who are you people? Yes, that is exactly what happened. And I'm like, none of the people who only watch the anime are gonna get fucking anything that happened. Also, I don't like it that it ended in a fist fight between Fujimaru and Solomon. Or whatever.
I mean, kind of what the game implied happened.
Well, yeah. But it's not well animated. For one. For two, I just love watching the servants fling him around. Yeah. I'm probably gonna have it for a few more weeks. The temperatures up here don't have it. It's 14 degrees outside. So, I'm probably gonna have
You can come
this.
down here. It's 29 degrees right now.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It is twice as warm here as it is up there.
Mm-hmm. If it was 40 degrees, I'd definitely take you up on that offer. Because 40 degrees is a pretty good temperature. At least when it's winter time, anyway.
Yeah, we average like 50 around here.
Alright, so we're now at the 2-hour mark, more or less. We're gonna wrap up here. Thank you all so much for joining me for these rants. I was surprised. There's like, wow, there's like 9 to 10 of you who stuck around for this rant, whether you're lurking or talking to me or whatever.
Grinding in an MMO.
Playing an MMO.
Just in the background. I hope that your grinding session was successful.
Yeah, I hope you got all those fish that you were fishing for. Wait, what? Are we not talking about the same thing? Not everybody just goes and fishes randomly in the MMO? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's RuneScape. If they're playing RuneScape, they do.
Huh. But it means a lot to me that this little series of ours is gaining more viewership as we go on, talking about Type Moon and Fate and everything. Because this was one of the like original content things that I wanted to do, but unfortunately I didn't have time to edit videos or anything, so it like died for my video series.
Okay, we'll do it live.
So I was like, fuck it, do it live, and I feel like I'm getting more viewership this way. I only had like one person showing up to the videos, so this is a vast improvement. I also like shooting the shit with all of you in
fun.
chat, so. And you guys can ask questions, and I can try to answer it to the best of my ability, or make it up, the usual. What, is this not how teachers do things in regular classrooms?
The cool teachers do it. My teacher would play cards with us at lunchtime. That was my senior year. That was my favorite memory from high school.
All right, let's see. Everybody should be streaming because it's Friday night. And lo and behold, everybody is streaming because it's Friday night. Oh my god, Laz has got 28 people watching him. It's so fun to watch all of your friends get popular. Oh, in fact, we're gonna go raid Laz because I feel like bugging him today. I wonder when his new model is debuting. Is it now? Is it later? Have I missed it? Probably. I don't know. I'm bad at keeping up with people. Anyway. So Laz is playing Monster Hunter Rise. Everybody go bother him. Type bother in the chat as the raid, as the raid message. If you don't get that reference, well, that's because you're just young kids. Potter Puppet Pals is a dead medium. Okay, have a good one. Raid, bye.
Sayonara, everyone.